They said I was too weak, too young, that the sea would never belong to me. They didn't know I carried the blood of a queen. By the time they realized, it was already too late. If you've ever been underestimated, ignored, or mocked for being not enough, this story is for you. Hit that like button, subscribe, and brace yourself, because this isn't just a story about revenge, it's about claiming the power that was always yours. Zaira had grown up listening to the sea. Its waves whispered secrets to her that no one else seemed to hear. But every time she asked her guardians, her aunt and older cousins, if she could sail, they would shake their heads. "You're not ready," they'd say. "The ocean is dangerous for someone like you." And yet, Zaira wasn't just anyone. Her mother, the infamous Sea Queen, had ruled the waves with a mix of fear and respect, until she vanished, leaving nothing but stories and rumors. Zaira's chest tightened every time someone brought up her mother. They'd laugh and say, "Your mother was reckless. You'll never be like her." She'd lie awake at night, staring at the ceiling fan, imagining her hands gripping a ship's wheel, the wind tearing through her hair. She hated feeling small, powerless. She wanted justice, not just for herself, but for her mother's memory. One evening, Zaira snuck into her mother's old cabin. Dust hung thick in the air, mixing with the salty smell of the ocean. That's when she found it. A small, brass compass, etched with symbols that seemed almost alive. As soon as her fingers brushed it, the needle spun violently before settling, pointing toward the horizon. Her heart raced. The compass had never reacted to anyone else. "This is me." Something deep in her chest stirred, a mix of fear and thrill. She could almost hear the ocean itself calling, whispering secrets of power, vengeance, and destiny. Zaira disguised herself as a deck boy, hiding her long hair under a rough cap, her small frame dwarfed by the massive, snarling pirates who ruled the ship. At the helm of this crew was Captain Varric, a ruthless man known for terrorizing the seas. He had scars across his face, eyes like cold steel, and a cruel laugh that made Zaira's stomach churn every time he barked orders. From day one, he mocked her. "You, a deck boy, you'll sink before breakfast," he sneered. Every insult, every shove, every dismissive glance fueled something inside her, a growing, burning need to show them all that she was not a child to be ignored. She learned their routines. She memorized the guards' shifts. She noticed the smallest cracks in their armor, both literal and metaphorical. Every night, the sea whispered guidance to her, its waves pressing secrets into her dreams. "They fear what they don't understand. Use that." Weeks passed. The crew grew suspicious of her skill and intuition. Zaira knew they would soon realize she wasn't ordinary. Captain Varric's cruelty escalated. He would shout at her for minor mistakes, assign her the most dangerous tasks, and sometimes, intentionally leave her stranded during storms. Zaira's fear turned into rage. Her pulse would thrum in her ears as she hauled ropes, her muscles screaming, but her mind was sharper than ever. Every insult was a stone in the foundation of her plan. Every near-death experience was fuel. "They think they can break me. They think the Sea Queen's blood is nothing. They're about to learn the truth." The turning point came on a storm-lashed night. The ship rocked violently, lightning slicing across the sky. Captain Varric laughed at the crew's terror, but Zaira's heart beat with a singular clarity. She slipped away, guided by the compass. It led her to the cursed island where the treasure and power her enemies sought lay hidden. Standing on the shore, soaked to the bone, she realized, "This is my choice. I can be the ruler they feared, or I can protect what's sacred. I will be both. I will take justice, and I will honor my mother's legacy." Zaira studied the island's terrain, the traps, and the weaknesses in the pirate crew. She used her knowledge of the sea, her intuition, and her mother's old strategies. Every night, she rehearsed her moves silently, listening to the ocean, feeling its rhythm in her bones. She set the stage with precision, hidden snares, misdirected signals, and a secret path that only she could navigate. Her heart raced not with fear, but with exhilaration. Every detail of Captain Varric's downfall was accounted for. When the pirates arrived, greedy and cocky, Zaira was ready. Lightning flashed, and she struck. She led them into traps one by one, forcing Captain Varric to confront his own hubris. He charged at her with fury, but Zaira's skill, courage, and the guidance of the compass allowed her to outmaneuver him at every turn. The sea itself seemed to rise in her favor, waves slamming against the ship, throwing men off balance. In the end, Captain Varric found himself humiliated, trapped, and powerless, while Zaira stood atop the cliffs, dripping wet, heart-pounding, triumphant. This is what justice feels like. Captain Varric, once so proud and cruel, knelt before her. His face twisted with disbelief. How could you? Zaira looked down at him, breathing hard, feeling the weight of every insult, every shove, every scorned laugh. Her hand rested on the compass. The sea chooses its own, she whispered. And with that, she turned away, leaving him to the consequences of his arrogance. For the first time in her life, Zaira felt the rush of absolute vindication. She had claimed her birthright, not just power, but respect, fear, and freedom. Standing on the cliff, wind whipping her hair, Zaira realized the ocean doesn't forgive weakness, but it rewards courage. She had chosen to rise, not just for herself, but for the legacy of those who had been underestimated, ignored, or silenced. Justice, she learned, isn't about cruelty, it's about balance. If this story gave you chills, hit that like button and tell us in the comments, have you ever been underestimated and proven everyone wrong? And don't forget to subscribe for more stories where the underdog rises and justice is served, one daring move at a time.